සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස භගවා අරහං සම්මා සම්බුද්ධෝ විද්‍යාචරණ සම්පන්නෝ සුගතෝ ලෝකවිදු අනුත්තරෝ පුරිස ධම්මසාරති සත්තා දේව මනුස්සානං බුද්ධෝ භගවාති බුද්ධං ජීවිතං යාව නිපානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ස්වාක්ඛාතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සංදිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පච්චත්තං වේදි ධම්මෝ විඤ්ඤෝයිති ධම්මං ජීවිතං යාව නිපානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සුපටිපන්නක සංඝෝ උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ඥාය පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ යදිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුග්ගලා ඒස භගවතෝ ශාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක්ඛෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති සංඝං ජීවිතං යාව නිපානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි වන්දාමි චේතියං සබ්බං සබ්බඨානේසු පටිච්චිතං ශාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදායිච්චේව මච්ඡන්ත නමස්සනීයං නමස්සමානෝ රතනත්‍රයං යං පුඤ්ඤාභිසන්දං විපුලං අලද්දං තස්සානුභාවේන හතන්තරායෝ යස්ස මූලේ නිසින්නෝව සප්පාරි විදයං අකාපත්තෝ සබ්බඤ්ඤුතං සත්තා වන්දේ තං බෝධිපාදපං හිමේ මහා බෝධි ලෝකනාතේන පූජිතා අහං දිතේ නමස්සාමි බෝධි රාජා නමස්තුතේ ඝනසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදං සිනාති ලෝක දීපං සම්බුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන දූපේනං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයන්තං පූජා වාජන මුත්තමං වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒකං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනින්දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුහේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං ගෝපං මිලායාති යතයි ධම්මේ කායෝ තතයාති විනාශ භාවං සුගන්ධං සීතලං කප්පං පසන්න මధుරං සුභං පානීය මේතං භගවා පතිගන්නාතු මුත්තම අදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ ගිලාන පඤ්ඤයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්නාතු මුත්තම අදිවාසේතු නොබන්තේ සබ්බං සද්ධාය පූජිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්නාතු මුත්තම කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමේ බන්තේ භූරි පඤ්ඤ තථාගත කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං งอัจฉยังคัมมิธัมมสันดิตติกอากาลิกกายเนวาจาจิตเตนะปมาเดนะมยากตังอัจฉยังคัมมิสังฆสุปฏิปันนอนุตตร
ยานิเจพุทธานิส
ส
มา
มา
เก
กตานิบุมมานิวายานิเวอันตลิกเกสัพเพวบูตาสุมนาภวันตุอโตปิสักกัจจสุนันตุบาสิตังตัสมาหิบูตานิสามิตสัพเพเมตตังกโรตมานุสิยาปจายดิวาจรัตโตจหรันติเอบาลิงคัสมาหิเนรักขตอัปปมัตตายังกิงชีวิตตังนิตวาอุรังวาสักเกสุอายังรัตนังปานิตังนาโนสมังอัตติตตาเกเตอิตังปิบุตเตรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุอายังวิรากังอมตังปานิตังยะตัจเจกาสักยมุนีสมาหิโตนะเตนะธัมเมนะสมัตติกินจิดัมปิดัมเมรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุยังบุตตเสตโตปริวันนัยสุจิงสมาธิมานันตริกัญญมาหุสมาธินาเตนะสมโมนะวิจจติดัมปิดัมเมรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุปุกเกลาอัตตสตังปะสัตตาจัตตาริเอตานิยุกานิหนติเตตักกิเนยาสุขตัสสะสาวกาเอเตสุดินนานิมาปลานิดัมปิสังเกรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุเยสุปยุตตามนัสสาดัลเลนะนิกามิโนโกตมสาสนัมมิเตปัตติปัตตาอมตังวิกัยลัตตามุตานิพุติงกุญจมานาอิตัมปิสังเกรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุยตินตะกีโลปัตวิงสิโตสิยาจตุวิวาเตปิยสัมปะคัมปิโยตตุปะมังสัพพุริสังวดามิโยอริยสัจจานิอเวจจปัสสติดัมปิสังเกรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุเยอริยสัจจานิวิภาวยันติกัมวีรปัญเยนะสุเดสิตานิกินจาปิเตหนติบุสัพพมันตานเตภวังอัตตมังอาทิยันติดัมปิสังเกรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุสหวัสสดัสสนะสัมปดายตายัสสุธัมมาจหิตาภวังติสักกายทิฏฐิวิจิกิจติตังเจศีลปตังวาปิยตัตติกิงจิจตุขปายเจวิปมุตโตจัตถาวิตานานิอภัพโภคาตุงอิตัมปิสังเกรัตนังปานิตังเอเตนะสัจเจนะสุวัตติโยตุอินจาภิโสกัมมังกโรติปาปกังกายเนวาจาอุตเจตสาวาอภัพโภโสตัสสะปฏิจจาดายอภัพตาดิตถปัสสะอุตตายดัมปิสังเกรัตนังปานิตังอิเต සච්චේන සුවත්තියෝතු අනප්ප ගුම්බේ යතා පුස්සිතග්ගේ ගිම්මාන මාසේ පටමස්මින් ගිම්මේ තතෝපමන් ධම්ම වරං අදේශයි නිබ්බානගාමින් පරමං හිතාය ඉදම්පි බුද්දේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්තියෝතු වරෝ වරඤ්ඤෝ වරදෝ වරාරෝ අනුත්තරෝ ධම්ම වරං අදේශයි දම්පි බුද්දේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්තියෝතු කීනම් පුරාණං නවන්නත්ති සම්භවං විරත් චිත්තායතිකේ භවස්මින් තේකීන බීජා විරොල්ලිච්ඡන්දා නිබ්බන්ති දීරායතායම් පදීපෝ ඉදම්පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්තියෝතු යානිද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලිකේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං බුද්ධං නමස්සාම සුවත්තියෝතු යානිද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලිකේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං ධම්මං නමස්සාම සුවත්තියෝතු යානිද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වයන්තලිකේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං සංඝං නමස්සාම සුවත්තියෝතු ඒතේන සච්ච වච්චේන සබ්බ දුක්ඛං විනස්සතෝ ඒතේන සච්ච වච්චේන සබ්බ භයෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වච්චේන සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු සබ්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තෝ සබ්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සබ්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සබ්බ දේවතා සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ නක්ඛත්යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගානි වාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්මුපද්දවේ නක්ඛත්යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගානි වාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්මුපද්දවේ නක්ඛත්යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගානි වාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්මුපද්දවේ ආකාශට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං ආකාශට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු දේශනං ආකාශට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහිද්దికා පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු මං පරං ඉදම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා වന്തു ඥාතයෝ ඉදම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා වന്തു ඥාතයෝ ඉදම් සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉදම්මේ පුඤ්ඤං ආසවක්ඛයා වහං හෝතු සබ්බ දුක්ඛා පමුඤ්චතු.
Special bus program of Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Vihara. The rainy season of this year will be from July 5th through October 3rd, 2020. Dharma Vijaya Buddhist Vihara will conduct chanting in Pali and Dhamma talks in English and Sinhalese on selected suttas in the Sangyutta Nikaya, online from 7 to 8 p.m. throughout the season. Sangha members will chant Dhammacakka Sutta every Sunday during this rainy season, and Dhamma talks will be conducted on all other days of the week. Today, Friday, August 28th, we will be hosting our Dhamma talk. Today's Dhamma sermon is sponsored by Liam Tan Tran and Quang Quoc Tran. They are joined by the Andrea and Fong families. By taking part and contributing to this meritorious activity, they pray for the help of Liam Tan Tran and Quang Quoc Tran, Dao Bu Tran, Lan Ti Cao, Stephen Bao An Tran, Big Van Tran, Valerie Van Tran, Bin Ti Pham. May they all be healthy, happy, and peaceful. May all members of this family and all beings attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana.
समन्ता चक्रवालेषु अत्रा गच्छन्तु देवता सद्धम्मं मुनिराजस्य सुनन्तु सग्गमुखदं धम्मश्रवण कालो अयं भदन्ता धम्मश्रवण कालो अयं भदन्ता धम्मश्रवण कालो अयं भदन्ता नमो तस् भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස ඒවං මේ සුතං ඒකං සමයං භගවා සාවත්තියං විහරති ජේතවනී අනාථ පින්ඩිකස්ස ආරාමේ අතකෝ සක්ඛෝ දේවා නමින්දෝ යේන භගවා තේනුපසංකමි උපසංකමිත්වා භගවන්තං අභිවාදෙත්වා ඒකමන්තං අට්ඨාසී ඒකමන්තං ඨිතෝඛෝ සක්ඛෝ දේවා නමින්දෝ භගවන්තං ගාතාය අජ්ජභාසී කින්සු ජත්වා සුඛං සේති කින්සු ජත්වාන සෝචති කිස්සස්ස ඒක ධම්මස්ස වදං රෝචේසි ගෝතමාති කෝධං ජත්වා සුඛං සේති කෝධං ජත්වාන සෝචති කෝධස්ස විසමූලස්ස මధుරංගස්ස වාසව වදං අරියා පසංසන්ති තං හි ජත්වාන සෝචති Dear friends in Dhamma, today I chanted Jatva Sutta in Samyutta Nikaya. And this is also another meaningful, nice sutta. And before I give you further details of this sutta, I would like to read the English translation of the sutta. Jatva Sutta in Samyutta Nikaya. At Savatthi, in Jeta's Grove, then Sakka, Lord of the Devas, approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, and stood to one side. Standing to one side, Sakka, Lord of the Devas, addressed the Buddha in verse. Having slain, what does one sleep soundly? Having slain, what does one not sorrow? What is the one thing, O Gautama, whose killing you approve? Then the Blessed One answered, having slain anger, one sleeps soundly. Having slain anger, one does not sorrow. The killing of anger, O Vasava, with this poison root and honey tip, this is the killing the noble one prays. For having slain that, one does not sorrow. In this sutta, the Sakka, Lord of the Devas, asked very important questions from the Buddha, the Blessed One. It is very common with human and also non-humans. He asked the main two questions. The first one, what should we slay to get a good sleep? The second one, he asked, what should we slay to get rid of sorrow? Buddha replied that having slain anger, one can sleep soundly, and having slain anger, one does not sorrow. In these questions, we can see two different sides, and first one is sleep, the second one is sorrow. Everybody is willing to get a good sleep because sleep is very important in our day-to-day life, and it is very important for our physical health too. Look at these questions. The questionnaire is a spiritual being, Sakka, the Lord of the Devas. His question was about sleep, and he was looking for a good sleep. Spiritual beings are also concerned about sleep. We never know about spiritual beings, and even we never saw them sometimes. When we read this kind of sutta, we can get some idea about the spiritual beings. In his first question, the Sakka asked about a good sleep. Buddha answered that anger is the main barrier for our sleep. Having slain anger, one sleeps soundly. How much anger affect our sleep? When we are angry, how many times do we wake up at night? And how much do we struggle to go to sleep when we are angry? When we are angry, we never get good sleep. It is very difficult. When we don't have good sleep, what happens? Our next day will be a very miserable one. Therefore, good sleep is a big part of our happiness. If we have very good sleep at night, we will be able to do all the duties next day. Otherwise, it is very difficult. All the time we heard that I couldn't sleep well last night. Then we have sleepy day or very uncomfortable day. A good sleep is very important in our day-to-day lives. In this sutta, mainly Buddha talk about the anger. The common saying for anger is losing temper. We all have this bad behavior. First of all, we have to think why this anger comes to our mind. This is very important. And then we have to think of a solution to get rid of it. As Dhamma followers, you know that Buddha's teaching has the solution of every sicknesses. And let's find out a good solution for anger the Buddha within the Buddha's teaching. Anger brings us so many different bad feelings. Therefore, we have to find out what the Buddha taught us to control this bad behavior. In that case, this is a very important topic for us and also for our society. Sometimes we are happy with something, and sometimes we are unhappy with some situations. At the same time, another person may happy or unhappy with the same situation. Now, the question is where this happy or unhappy exists. Some may think it depends on the situation, but happiness or unhappiness arise in our mind. That's why we are happy with something that the others are unhappy, or we are happy with something with others are unhappy. The main reason that we get angry is because the others' attitudes towards us. When people slander us, our temper goes higher and higher. But we have to have effort to tolerate slander or any other bad influences. Once Buddha said, this censer to the person called Atula, and it was about slander. Porana metang Atula netang ajjatanamiva nindanti tunha masi nang nindanti bhau bahaninam mita bahaninam pinindanti natti loke anindito. The meaning of that stanza is, Atula, slander is an old task. It does not exist only today. People slander to silence one. They slander with the people who talk too much. Also, they slander with the people who talk normally. There is no one who does not get humiliated. This is true. We have this experience. We all have this experience. To control the anger, we have to control our mind first. This is the main part of anger. We cannot change the others or the world, but we can change our mind. We can try to change our mind. when we develop anger in our mind, what happens? We lose our happiness. To cultivate happiness, we have to remove anger, because happiness is a very big part of our life. Do you remember the Jataka story of Seri Vanija? Long ago, there were two merchants in India. One was good, the other was bad, like a cunning merchant. The good person was the Buddha's previous life, and the cunning person was Venerable Devadatta's previous lives. They were selling some jewelries, and the cunning person, the merchant Seri, went one way for selling his jewelries. On the way, he found a very poor family. They lived with a daughter with a grandmother, and they were so poor they didn't have any money to buy jewelry. And somehow they found very old plate, and this grandma asked this merchant to take that plate, and they were asking some jewelries for her granddaughter. This cunning merchant realized that this plate was a gold, and he was trying to get this gold plate without giving anything. And then therefore he mentioned that this plate is worthless, and therefore I cannot give you any jewelries. And then he left. Soon after, the good merchant Kachaputta also came this way, and again this grandma tried to give this plate to this merchant in order to get some jewelry for her granddaughter. And at this time, the good merchant Kachaputta realized this is a gold plate. And then he mentioned, I don't have enough jewelry to compare to this worthy plate. This is a gold one. And he took the gold plate and he left all the jewelries what he had with this grandma and granddaughter, and also he left all the money what he earned on that day. And granddaughter was so happy because she got a lot of jewelries, and grandma was happy because she got a lot of money. And then Kachaputta merchant left. In the evening, again, the cunning merchant Seri came to get that gold plate again. And he mentioned that, oh, I came on the way back to give you even damaged jewelry to your granddaughter, and give me that plate. And then the grandma explained to him, oh, good merchant came today and he explained that was a gold, and he left all his belongings, all the money and all the jewelries. See, look at granddaughter's hand. And then the cunning merchant got so angry with Kachaputta, with the good merchant. Do you believe that angriness came life after life until the Buddha, the Prince Siddhartha become a Buddha? Millions and millions years, merchant Seri brought his angriness towards Buddha. He was born as Venerable Devadatta, and in this life he tried to kill the Buddha because he had that anger in his mind years and years. See what happened. Finally, Devadatta went to hell. Anger is that much big issue, and we have to eradicate anger from our mind. And what is the best way to remove anger from our mind? According to Buddha's teaching, practicing loving kindness is the best way to eradicate anger from our mind. When we cultivate loving kindness, we will get the answer for the first questions. What was the question? Having slept, what does one sleep soundly? There are 11 benefits that we can have by practicing loving kindness. The first two are Sukhang Supati and Sukham Patipucchati. Sukhang Supati means it is easy to go to sleep. We get nice sleep. And Sukham Patipucchati, it is very easy for us to wake up. If we practice loving kindness, we get 11 benefits. Among those two are the first. We can sleep easily, we can wake up easily. Those are the summary or the main idea of this sutta. Anger always brings us bad feelings, and we accumulate bad karmic power. Therefore, we have to remove anger from our mind. For that, Buddha emphasized us to practice loving kindness. When we practice loving kindness, we will have a nicer life, happier life. Now, I would like to move on to the Sinhala translation of this sutta. Pingatuni adapi dawasedi ධර්ම දේශනාව සඳහා මාතෘකාව වෙලා තියෙන්නේ සංයුත්ත නිකායේ සක්ක සංයුත්තේ සඳහන් වෙන ජත්වා කියන සූත්‍රය. ඉතින් මේ සූත්‍රයේදී බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝ සක්‍රයාට පැහැදිලි කරන සක්‍රයා ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන බුදුහාමුදුරුවන්ගෙන් ගෞතමයන් වහන්සේ මොකක් විනාශ කරලාද හොඳට නිදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ වගේම කුමක් විනාශ කරලාද සෝකේ නැති කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. ඒ වෙලාවේදී බුදුහාමුදුරු පැහැදිලි කරනවා එකම දේ නම් ක්‍රෝධය කියන මානසික තත්වය විනාශ කරොත් හොඳට නිදා ගන්න පුළුවන්, සෝකේ නැති කර ගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. ඉතින් මේ කාරණේ අපිට හරි පැහැදිලි දෙයක්. මේක 아무තු ධර්මතාවයක් නෙවෙයි. අපි එදිනෙදා අත්විඳින දෙයක්. අපි හැමෝටම අවබෝධය තියෙනවා යම් අවස්ථාවක අපිට ක්‍රෝධය තිබුණා නම් ඒ දවස්වල මොනතරම් අසහනෙන්ද අපි ජීවත් වුනේ කියලා. නිදා ගන්න බෑ, කෑම කන්න බෑ, මේ වගේ විවිධ ගැටලු ක්‍රෝධයත් එක්ක පැන නැගෙනවා. ඉතින් ක්‍රෝධය තියෙනකොට නිදා ගන්නට බෑ, ක්‍රෝධය තියෙනකොට ශෝකය වැඩි වෙනවා කියලා. එනිසා ක්‍රෝධය නැති කිරීම තුළින් හොඳට නිදා ගන්නත් පුළුවන්, ශෝකය නැති කරන්නත් පුළුවන්, සහ මෛත්‍රී භාවනාව වැඩිම තුළින් ක්‍රෝධය නැති කර ගන්න පුළුවන් බවත්, ඒ තුළින් අපිට ප්‍රතිඵල 11ක් ලැබෙන බවත් මේ මෛත්‍රී භාවනාවේ සඳහන් වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ ආකාරයෙන් බලනකොට ජීවිතේ ඉතාම අභාග්‍ය සම්පන්න දෙයක් තමයි මේ ක්‍රෝධය කියලා කියන්නේ. ඉතින් මේ සූත්‍රයේ සඳහන් වෙන විදිහට සක්‍රයාට බුදුහාමුදුරු පැහැදිලි කරන්නේ ක්‍රෝධය නම් නිරන්තරයෙන්ම අපිට අවැඩ පිණිස පවතින දෙයක්. ඒ නිසා එය දුරින්ම දුරු කර යුතු දෙයක් හැටියටයි බුදුහාමුදුරු බුද්ධ දේශනාවේ සඳහන් වෙන්නේ. Today this Dhamma talk is sponsored by Lim Tang Tran and Kong Kwok Tran. They are joined by Andrea and Wong families. By taking part of this meritorious activity, they pray for the health of Lim Tang Trang, Kong Kok Trang, Dao Vu Trang, Lan Thi Khao, Steve Bao and Tran, Vich Van Tran, Valeria Van Tran, Pinti Pan. By the power of this meritorious deed, may they all be healthy, have happy and peaceful life. May all the members of these families and all the participants for these events attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Thinking that say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Akasattha cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu loka sasanang. Akasattha cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanang. Akasattha cha bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu mang paranti.
Sambha papassa akaranam kusalasya upa sampada sacitta pari yodapa